In 2018, Barbados had 1,356,000 visitors. In this video, we will be looking at how many tourists Jamaica would need to match Barbados's total in 2018. We will also be looking at how 4 million extra visitors to Jamaica each year could change the lives of hundreds of thousands of low-skilled Jamaicans, turning them into a new expanded Jamaican middle class. A low-skilled couple living together with their children and owning their own home and a car. That was the definition of a lower middle class in the West, including the USA, the UK, and Canada for the past 70 years after World War II. Now is Jamaica's time to have this type of middle-class status that all its citizens can aspire to, not just the well-educated. Jamaica would need approximately 13.35 million tourists annually to match Barbados's total visitor numbers per capita from 2018. This means that Jamaica would need 3 times its current 4.3 million visitors per annum to match Barbados's tourism industry per capita. The per capita ratio is the most important comparison that we can make in terms of the employment that the tourism industry provides to both countries. At the end of 2023, Andrew Holness had told Edmund Bartlett to double the tourism industry from 4 million to 8 million visitors each year. However, Edmund Bartlett does not know how to calculate visitor numbers per hotel rooms, as he had demonstrated at the opening ceremony of the Princess Hotel in Hanover in 2023. This is why at the end of 2024, Jamaica was having the same number of visitors as it had at the end of 2017. Edmund Bartlett had failed Jamaica in the last 8 years, where the tourism industry is concerned. A stagnant tourism equates to a stagnant Jamaican economy, since 40% of the Jamaican economy revolves around tourism. Adding an extra 4 million visitors purely through the mega all-inclusive hotels could provide an extra 200,000 permanent full jobs for low-skilled Jamaicans. We need to decimate the casual working and hustling culture in Jamaica. People need permanent full-time jobs so that they can buy a house and raise a family. This is not just about tourism and hotels. It is about decimating the 1,400 murders being committed each year in Jamaica for the past few decades. That is tens of thousands of mainly young Jamaicans being murdered over the past few decades. This must stop now. The Jamaican government needs to stop their fancy ideology about high skill growth in Jamaica, while tens of thousands of youths are being murdered. Tens of thousands of poorly educated young men have been leaving the high schools in Jamaica each year. Then, after 2 or 3 years of leaving high schools with nothing to do, that is when they join the gangs and turn to crimes, etc. Some people believe that the murder rate in Jamaica is twice what had been published officially. Young adults need help, and they need it now, not to wait for another 20 years, to build a few villas over here and a few small luxury hotels over there. This extra 4 million visitors that Andrew Holness had announced in 2023 need to be completed in time for Jamaica Vision 2030. Even after an additional 4 million visitors have been added to Jamaica by 2030, we would still need another 4 million visitors after that to catch up with Barbados. We can build the small luxury hotels and fancy villas for that second 4 million visitors after 2030. But for now, let us give franchises for the mega all-inclusive hotels to be built, so that Jamaica can give the casual and day-to-day hustlers in Jamaica a chance to get a permanent full-time job and have a decent life. To determine how many tourists Jamaica would need to match Curaçao's visitor numbers per capita, we can perform the following calculation. In 2024, Curaçao welcomed 700,249 stayover visitors. Curaçao's estimated population is approximately 152,000. Tourist per capita equals 700,249 divided by 152,000, which is approximately 4.6 tourists per resident. Jamaica's population is approximately 2,825,928. To match Curaçao's tourists per capita, required tourists equals 4.6 tourists per resident times 2,825,928 residents, which is approximately 12,999,269 tourists. Therefore, Jamaica would need to attract approximately 13 million tourists annually to match Curaçao's visitor numbers per capita. This is not just in the Caribbean but also in the Middle Eastern countries like Qatar and Dubai, etc. Also in Asia, for example, countries like Singapore and Hong Kong, etc. By most metrics, Jamaica would need to more than treble its tourism industry to match these countries. For example, Singapore is smaller than St. Elizabeth in size, yet Singapore had 20 million visitors in 2019. The gap is even larger for Hong Kong. Jamaica's tourism industry has a far way to go to provide wealth for the ordinary Jamaicans. How many tourists would Jamaica need to match Dubai's visitor numbers per capita? Jamaica would need approximately 12.4 million tourists annually to match Dubai's visitor numbers per capita of 4.4 tourists per resident. How many tourists would Jamaica need to match the Bahamas' visitor numbers per capita? Jamaica would need approximately 67.8 million tourists annually to match the Bahamas' visitor numbers per capita of 24 tourists per resident. Though most of the Bahamas' tourists are cruise passengers, they still have multiple times Jamaica's visitor numbers, even if we only count their air passengers. Hence, whichever metrics we use, Jamaica is a long way behind their Caribbean counterparts when comparing visitor numbers per capita. Some of my notes are available in the description section and in the comments section of this post. Feel free to take part in this discussion on how to develop Jamaica. This is part 4 of my current series. Look out for part 5. Thanks for watching this video. To support this channel, please click on the subscribe button. Share this video in your WhatsApp groups and send it to all your friends. As we try to demonstrate how the tourism industry can transform lives in Jamaica. Remember to let us know what you think about this video by leaving your comments below. God bless you, God bless the Jamaican Parliament, and God bless Jamaica. Until my next video, peace.